Man, you're listening to the Urban Sports Scene Recap Show. I'm Wole, and I'm joined by my guy, host of the Breaking Command podcast, Darian D.H. Williams. What's going on, D.H.?
Hey man, I'm good, bro. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm better. I'm
Hey, look,
better.
look. I'll say this: you've had another show to get out all your antics.
Yeah.
Now we become civilized and discuss
Yes.
this game in a more professional fashion.
Facts.
And we discussed the fact that 9-5, one of the best records that we've had since how many years? 99?
Yeah.
Something like that. So hey, look, whether they're pretty, whether
Yeah.
they're ugly, they all count.
They all count. This is true. This is fact. So I am now better. I'm a better person right now. For this
See,
show, I am a better person.
isn't that easier?
It
So much
is.
easier.
Like,
See,
look, my man Paul chiming in says, "Hey, I'm a Seahawks fan tonight."
what's
You know
up,
what I mean?
Paul?
What's up, Paul? Yeah. So I feel better. I'm good.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Eagles. Yeah, I know y'all beat the Steelers. I mean, yeah.
Man, they look tough,
Word.
bro. They look
Yeah,
they look like a tough squad.
they
And
do, bro.
you see Detroit is losing. Well, they down 10 now
They down 10?
to Buffalo.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. That's the thing about them long streaks, though, man. I ain't gonna let me stop. I'm hijacking your programming. Let
No,
me
you good, bro. If you supposed to, you part of it, bro. This is it's a team right now, bro.
look, man. Them long win streaks, when
Yeah.
they come to an end, bro, it's almost like it's like a recal. I hate to use the word recalibration, but it's like a restart now. You know what I'm saying? Like you won 11 straight. Okay, all right, let's get the loss out of the way. Now we
Yeah.
gotta, run it back. And Buffalo's playing great football right now. You know what I'm saying? At 10-3.
Yeah.
I think, if I'm being honest, I think Buffalo might be the best team in the league for real.
It could be now. Like they're playing such good football right
But I
now.
think like Buffalo and Philly are like
Yeah, I think Philly's
are
up
the two
there.
best
I gotta
teams.
be real.
And like I think Philly's wins have been a little more
Impressive.
yes. Yeah, I think I want to say that because I feel like
Mhm.
Detroit let their foot off the gas, and then
Yeah.
Dan Quinn, not Dan Quinn, their coach.
Yeah, Dan Campbell.
Yeah, I'd be like, what are you doing, bro?
Mhm.
I'd be like, what are you doing, bro? Like, come on, man. But I don't know, man. I feel like Buffalo and Philly are playing the best football right now, bro. Even with Buffalo being 10-3, I just feel like they're both playing the best football right now.
Yeah, it's because they're not feeling themselves.
For
Like
sure.
I think Dan Quinn to a certain extent was starting to. I mean Dan Quinn. Now you got me saying Dan Campbell was starting to feel himself. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm with
Dan,
you.
Dan Campbell is gonna mess around and trick it up one more time when
Yeah,
he should be playing regular run-of-the-mill football,
yeah,
kicking and punting when you're supposed to. He's gonna do it again. Forget it. I'm just gonna
yeah,
go for it because I'm Dan Campbell, and that's the bottom line. Okay, all right. You
yeah.
might be
Because
out the next
he's
game.
like I think he plays video game football, which is
He
wild too.
does.
He
He
plays a
does.
lot of video game football. But talking about this game, in a surprising close game, the Washington Commanders defeated the New Orleans Saints 20-19. Before we get into the game, let's knock out some logistics. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search the Urban Sports Scene. Make sure you subscribe to the Urban Sports Scene and Breaking Command YouTube channels. This recap show is being streamed on both channels. So right now, hit that red subscribe button on both channels. Like the video on both channels. Comment as well. When you comment, it does wonders for the Commanders algorithm. So do that. So when folks are searching Commanders content, they're looking at Urban Sports Scene and looking at Breaking Command. So make sure you do all of that.
Yeah, and look, man, I think we're going on a little hot streak, man. Like I've been getting put up in that algorithm, man, with the afternoon kick. You know what I'm saying, with my boy Rio, and then being on your programs, man. I'm loving it. I appreciate every time you have me on. I appreciate all the fans locking in and subscribing to all the programs and following us around, man. I love that, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
No problem, man. So you already know what time it is. Y'all know. Hit just subscribe, keep supporting, and comment too, man.
Yeah.
When you're on these platforms, comments, it does wonders. Like I know I sound redundant, but it's the truth though. Hey, don't forget to tweet us at Urban Sports and hit us up on IG and TikTok at Urban Sports Scene, and like our Urban Sports Scene Facebook page. Also join our Urban Sports Scene Facebook group. Search Urban Sports Scene, sports bloggers, sports podcasters, and sports debates. All right, on the road in the Superdome. They call it Caesars Superdome. You see how like sponsors do that. You know what I mean? Like, we're Northwest Stadium. Now they're Caesars Superdome.
When they used to be Mercedes.
I know, right? Used to be Mercedes. Wow, man. The dollar, bro. But like my man Paul said, and you stated too as well, we're 9-5, so we should be feeling good, man. 9-5 after a victory over the Saints. Your thoughts on this Commanders victory?
Well, man, I'll just give it to you point blank and period, man. I was very confident this week coming off the bye. If you look at it on paper, we were the better team, and we should have beaten them. But we should have beaten them going away, right?
Yeah.
We should have beat them. Multiple touchdowns. We had multiple opportunities to put the game away. And it kind of became that second half was just like, all right, we letting them hang around for too long. They're still here. We're not doing what we're doing. We're not putting the foot on the gas. We're not putting the foot on their neck. We're not playing how we're supposed to play. A lot of that felt very sporadic, and I believe that comes from the coaching staff. And then also, man, you really missed Tyler Biotish, man, with giving up 8 sacks, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So you kind of missed that. Had Jaden out there looking like David Copperfield, making plays and doing his magic. And then you look at the positive of it, right? We got the dub, excellent, right? But you look at Marshawn Lattimore not getting in target, bro. Like what? What if we had to shut down a whole half of the field for a game? Like they wasn't even looking that way. So to have something like that, I think is very critical coming down the stretch. Now I'm gonna love seeing that. But yeah, man, we kept the door open for too long. We allowed them to hang around, and then Spencer Rattler, who got in the game, thank God he didn't start, because if he started, they might have won, like for real.
You believe that? Okay, all right.
But you know what I'm saying? They had Jake from Slay Farm in there. You know what I'm saying? let him start out there looking booty. The defense played well.
I'm gonna talk about that too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep going though.
But no, man, I think we had the opportunity to kind of put this game away very early. Had we got one of those shots for Terry up top, man, that game could have been put away. And Terry's ridiculous. I just think the conversation about him being a number one, that conversation is long gone.
Oh, it's over.
This is his 5th multiple touchdown game this year. Yeah. Like the dude is ridiculous. The dude is an excellent player. The dude is a baller, and he shows that every week. And I really wish he could have got one of those bombs, because you would have been able to shut everybody up he would have had 3 touchdowns, bro.
Yeah, that one drop annoyed the bejesus out of me, but it happens. No one's perfect. It does happen. But I'm glad that if it happened earlier in the season, people would have said he's not number one. So no, people don't even say that anymore. So
it's happening when it's counting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like right this point in the season is where everything counts, which is also why I think this is where they have to begin to play their best football. You cannot go backwards into the playoffs. You just can't do it, because it's going to be all for naught. It's going to be a quick exit. You want to be able to get into the playoffs and really have an opportunity to kind of take that next step. And I think they can do that. They just have to play better football. You're going to have a tough contest next week against Philadelphia, one of the better teams in the league.
Yeah, I'm not really looking forward to it at this particular. I mean, it's good as a fan.
But I feel like they'll go 3 out of 4. I'd love for them to go 4 out of 4, but that's not going to happen. They're going to go 3 out of 4. They'll beat Atlanta and they'll beat Dallas to close the season. But they'll go 3 out of 4 and they'll make the playoffs.
I hope so, because I'm not a fan of, like you said earlier, what you said. I'm hopeful, but it's not a guarantee for me in my mind. It used to be a guarantee in my mind. It's not a guarantee in my mind, because like you said earlier, you want to go into this juncture playing the best football or playing really good football, and I'm not sure that they are coming off a bye week. And then having all those penalties initially, then I didn't like the coaching. I just felt like as an overall unit, I'm not going to single out players, but as an overall unit, as a team, I just didn't like how they came out of the bye week. And I always feel like the good teams coming out of the bye week, you kind of like, all right, they're setting their flag or saying this is where we're at. You look at the Ravens; they just came off a bye week, and look what they did. I get granted, it's the Giants, but see, granted, this is the Saints. The Saints aren't a good team either. They lost all their players. And
the Saints got 5 wins. The Giants got 2.
And they're missing all their players, though. Like, they're missing everybody. Like,
but the Giants are really bad, though, Wole.
Yeah, the Saints aren't good either. I feel like I'm not gonna like the Saints. That's what Derek Carr is a quarterback. That was when they win games with Derek Carr as a quarterback.
Yeah,
they're not. None of those dudes are. They didn't know. No Taysom Hill, no Olave, no Shaheed. They lost. Kamara in the game. Yeah. There isn't anything to say that the Saints should be competitive with us, to be real with you.
No, I agree. And to that point, right? This is why I think this team is better, is a better ball club overall, because a previous regime team would have lost this game.
Oh, I agree with that, though. I agree with that.
But to be able to still win these types of games in spite of how bad everything else is going.
Yeah, Agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the key. Like that's the thing that I'm kind of holding on to is that the fact that they still were able to get the job done. They still were able to win the game, even though it came down to the refs was literally trying to say, "Here, would
Yeah.
you like?" The refs was trying to give Christmas gifts early, bro.
Yeah.
Like pausing the clock and doing all that stuff. But the
It-
fact that they were still able to win the game in spite of, I'm gonna take it. We got a lot. This game is gonna be dissected and it's gonna be minced apart. But hey, as long as you get the dub, the closer and closer you can get to double digits, that's all you need.
Yeah, George brought this earlier. George was talking about this, and now everybody's is talking about it as well. He said, I don't want it to overshadow the fact that the coaches messed this up. I think the coaches didn't do a great job myself. But what happened with the clock has to be the story.
Because if the clock doesn't stop, the game is over.
Over. Yeah. And this is Paul says, they showed the clock error on Sunday night football. They said Saints shouldn't have gotten the last playoff. Yeah. It looks like it was and I thought so too. I thought normally I guess I was so pissed off during the game.
I didn't notice it in real time.
I didn't notice it either. I told this to George. Like I was just so pissed off that it got to that point. The point I ignored everything. Like I could just ignore everything.
I instantly was focused on the scoring play.
Yeah.
Because I knew they were gonna clock it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, all right. And I literally, man, my nephew will come down here and attest to him. And I told exactly what the play was. I said they're going flat route with the tight end. And that's exactly what they did. Because in man coverage on the goal line, that's a hard route to cover because the safety where he's coming from, unless he breaks on it immediately and knows exactly where he's going, that's a hard route to cover from the 2-yard line. You know what I'm saying? So they went right to it. And then, I like the Saints deciding to say, hey, let's go for 2, bro. Like, what do we got to lose?
I knew they were going to do it. That's why I was annoyed. God, like that was like you're going to put yourself in a situation for them to win, like the most tackiest way to win. Like you dominated most of the game and they can win this game. That's why I was annoyed. That's why I blacked out. I ain't going to lie to you. I blacked out. Like I blacked out.
But Wally, though, check this out, right? Think about this whole entire year as a whole with the team.
Yeah,
we have benefited greatly in situations where we shouldn't have.
True.
Hail Mary.
Good point, bro.
The Terry play against Dallas, and we missed the field goal. Coming down to this 2-point conversion here, where we're able to, they made a bad throw. Like we've benefited more than what we have in the past.
True.
So I feel like kind of we got some of the good juju on our side now. Like the way some of the plays fall and the way things happen, I feel like we got some of the good stuff on our side now that I'm not really counting us out like I would used to previously. But the way they did march down the field at the end of the game kind of scared me. I don't know if I don't know, man. I don't know. I just felt like I feel like they were trying to keep everything in front of them. But at some point, you have to stop them. Like you can't let them get behind you. And that's kind of what they did. But man, to that point though, man, like to literally only be able to work one side of the field, it's amazing. And I'm like, if this is the Marshawn Lattimore that we're gonna get for the rest of the year and his upcoming time with us, I'm all for it. Because that way, the way you can build the defense around a corner like that, man, I'm telling you, bro, you get your other side working right, you good to go, man.
Yeah, speaking of Marshawn Lattimore, he wasn't targeted at all today, which is wild. I think on 14.
None.
Was it 14? No, how many snaps?
20. It was 20, like 20 something.
20 something snaps. Wasn't targeted at all. Like, how has he already made this defense better? And also, do you feel like, and this is a question, do you feel like he can make this defense in a top 5-ish type of defense down the stretch?
Well, I mean, if our front continues to play like they did, I think our front played very well today. They were very aggressive. They were very hungry. They do little nasty things, which as a defensive lineman, like that's what you should do, right? Like Deron Payne looked great. Jerzon Newton played well. Dorrance Armstrong got a sack. Dante Fowler got robbed on a couple plays. But now, with the idea of possibly John Allen coming back, I like that.
I love it.
I like that because you need more dogs this time of the season. So if he's able to come back and contribute, and be healthy, like, bring him up. Let's go. But I feel like with being able to shut down one side of the football field where the quarterback is saying, I don't care what's going on, I'm not going to his side. So man up, single coverage over here on this left side. I'm only going to this right side. So if you can kind of get that going, you really can dictate where you want the ball to go on defense. And in defense, you know what I'm saying, you're defending. You don't have an upper hand. You don't know where they're going. But if they're not going to go to the one side of the field, you can kind of set it up to where you can make plays on that opposite side and have guys flying around, get some tip passes. I mean, Luvu almost had one. You know, Mikey Sanders still almost had, well, he had one and then almost had another. Like, those guys can now fly around to the ball if one side of the field is getting shut down. And I love that about the defense. And that's something that we can do now at this point in the season. This is all that you want. Going into the playoffs, you want to be playing the best football possible. And if this is the defense that you can take, truly, that only gave up 19 points, you know what I mean? This is defense that you could take it to the playoffs. I'll run with that.
Yeah, I mean, like Paul said out here, said he's helped the run game. Yeah, I think so. He put more in the box. He said no light boxes this game. He said if John Allen returns. Oh, the question. He said if John Allen returns, can we let the juice loose?
That's my dad. What's up, Pops?
Oh, what's going on, man? What's going on?
Yeah, Benjamin St. Juice came in. One play.
We need to keep him in New Orleans. He can stay. Bro. He can stay.
You know, but you know what? And I don't feel bad, but I do feel like this. I feel like he just can't catch a break, bro. Like he just can't. He can't do anything right. He can't get right.
He can't get right. Exactly.
Everything he does is super analyzed and hyper focused. And it's gonna be when Marshawn Lattimore doesn't give up any penalties, doesn't have any bad plays, they don't even target him. And the first time you get in the game, you get legal hands to the face.
Yeah.
Like, bro, why is your hands playing up so? You're 6'3". Why are your hands playing up so high? You know what? That might be the problem.
His hands playing high.
He might be too tall.
I got so much to say about him.
Like I'm not in the business of trying to correct Benjamin St. Juice, but I just feel like I don't feel like he's a good player, man. I like you get penalties like that.
Yeah.
You get penalties like that when you're unsure and you're not playing confident.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're unsure and every time you get in, you're playing, he's playing with his hands first before his feet. And I feel like he is. I don't know, Paul. I don't know. I am not Joe Witt. I don't know why he's.
Oh, nobody knows, man. Paul.
I wish I was the corners coach because I would sit him down. If Forbes was still in the roster, I'd be playing Forbes instead of him. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, Paul. I can't help you with that.
It's a good question to ask, though. Like I go, you know what? I said this on the other shows. It's wild because when the penalty happened, I thought it was Marshawn initially, right? Because I saw a corner on the ball playing tight. I was like, oh, he's light skinned, not to be funny, but he was light skinned, light bright dude.
Y'all look alike. You know
yeah, all look alike. So I was like, oh, Marshawn out there. Okay, cool. And then I was like, oh, yeah, Marshawn is kind of physical. So I can see how, he probably got, hit with his hands in the face. And then I heard number 25. I was like, is that real?
Wally, when you don't get, when they don't target you, and when you making plays, you can afford a penalty or two.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, so
but when you have limited snaps, you have to be perfect when you come on that field, bro.
Yeah. Yes,
that's why like the kicking game. That's why the kicking game is so hyper analyzed because when you get on the field, you expect to do one thing: make the kick, bro. Like now, if this was Austin Cyber in week 2 when he went 7 for 7, and let's say he went 5 for 7, all right, I get it. But if you're going 2 for, like if you're going 1 for 3, we need those.
Big time.
And he was what? He was 2 for 3 today, but
2 for 3, and he really
would have been 1 for 3.
Really, he missed the other one.
He did,
But
bruh, that just even goes into further how bad the refs were, bruh. The refs literally let that play roll, and I was like,
that's a good point, though. That's a good point.
That's a good point. Garbage, bro.
They were bad refs. I mean, I know what people talk about. Yeah, Paul, you're right. He's not like us.
Mustard.
Nah, he's
booted you.
Like the kicking situation was just a whole. Well, the calls, people were getting to the calls, like the Dante Fowler call, right? Calls, plural.
Both of them.
I didn't have a all right, this is the thing. The first one annoys me about football, period. But the first one, I know it's called because Jaden's got it. We've gotten that with Jaden, like real talk. You go like so I'm not mad at that first call because I'm like, I'm annoyed at the NFL. I'm annoyed at football, but I get that call.
Because
Like, I get
Wally,
it.
what they're asking you to do is stop dead in your tracks
Yeah.
and
But
not
the
tackle
second
them.
one, though, the second one is the one that gets on my nerves. Because
Yeah.
the first one he like gets to the shoulder. That's like anytime you get above close to that's what they do. I'm the second one was like that's just a tackle. That's
And
nothing but a form
they
tackle.
also are unable to establish the moment in time where it's okay to hit a quarterback and when it's not. Because
Yeah.
I just watched Josh Allen 10 minutes ago get blown up, rolling to the sideline, trying to throw a pass, and I forget the dude's name, but blew his whole chest up. You could have called that, but Josh Allen's is 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, that's the difference.
You know what I'm saying? They like, nah, he could take that. Like that's the part of the league that I do not like, the subjectivity and everything. Because one, you can have the same exact play in two different games, and it's not officiated the same.
Yeah, it never is though. So
it's never gonna be.
Yeah, because Cam Newton had that same issue when he was playing quarterback.
He didn't get the calls because he was bigger. They feel like
he was bigger than everybody else. But back to Lattimore, I think he can make them a top 5 defense, to be honest with you, just because he could take one side away. You got them, and I think it just makes Mikey that much better. Like Mikey's just a better player now. Now he can play against like wide receiver number 2, and then he could do his job. You know what I mean? Or he can play the nickel. He could do a lot more, and then Noah falls into play. You know what I mean? I just felt like as a unit in the secondary, what was a weakness because now become a strength. And I just like what it brings to the table and something that Paul and we all saw like against the run they were better. Against the run. The only time they were kind of weak was like the last drive because the Saints were running on unconventional downs. During that drive, right? So like you couldn't really key in on it because they would run. You would think that in that 2-minute drill, they would throw the ball. They were running the ball at that particular time a lot of times. So to me, in my opinion, I do feel like it could be. I think it could be top 10-ish the way it's constructed now because you got a guy who we haven't seen this in a while, like a guy who could literally lock down one side. Now it's going to let your other cornerbacks and DP. You can help out on the other cornerback or DB or safety. You can help out a little more on the other side. So I just feel like this could be something real beneficial for this Washington Commanders defense, especially like you mentioned, if John Allen comes back too, that's another added body that this team has missed. I'm going to say it again. This team has missed John Allen. I know a lot of people were trying to put Jerzon over him. He's not been into John Allen as we've seen right now.
Yeah, and I think, with Marshawn Lattimore, guys like that at that ability don't become available.
They don't, yes.
So the fact that you're able to find one and you don't have to wait for him to develop in the draft, you don't have to spend, a high round draft pick to get him. Whatever you spent for him is worth it, especially when it came to this. And then as fans, now you're like, okay, however long it took for him to get it together, he got it together. And now this is the result. Not giving up anything, not even being thrown at, not even looking his way. I love that for us. And that's something that we need. Going down into this back stretch, man. I mean, you look at the Philadelphia offense with Saquon, you look at Bijan in Atlanta, and then you look at Dallas, who they're the toughest six win football team right now. And I'm not in the business of getting Dallas any kudos, but they're playing football. They're not tanking, like they're not. What I'm saying. So that's good. So you're gonna get Atlanta. Might be I don't know about Atlanta, man, but you're gonna get I'm just being honest, man. You're gonna get three of the best competitions that you're gonna get, and this is what you're gonna use to kind of sharpen the iron and get you stronger. And you also have to win these games. Like you have to play well, because let me tell you, you would hate to be in this position right now with 9 wins and 3 games to go and not make the playoffs.
Yes.
That would be an epic fail. You talking about 28-3. Yeah, remember that guy? That's the coach. You know what I'm saying? So he already get that slander. That people kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, yeah, it's true.
They would get the 28-3 slander and with the 9-5 slander. Come on, bro. Like he got to find a way to rally them together. And I think he gets a pass right now if he can get them into the playoffs. If we back the team into the playoffs, regardless of how we fare in the playoffs, I think everybody's going to be fine because it's super positive. It's going to be on the up and up. but they have to complete the task now because in the past couple weeks we've been picked to be in the 6th or the 7th seed. So they have to finish this out and they have to get the job done.
Yeah, they have to. I'm with you. Like I feel like where they're at now, there's no like we can't go into how the season started or whatever. Like they got to make it. They got to finish they have to finish the deal. 9 wins now. Like they're definitely in a whole different place. They're definitely in a whole different
place.
Bro,
this to me this is like Cody finally winning the title, bro. Like when he first got to back to WWE. Yeah. It's like, bro, like, is it gonna be now? Is he gonna win the belt now? Like, you gonna have him lose at Mania to make him wait to go to? No, he has you. They have to make the playoffs. Like
they have to. By far, they have to. This has to
no
be
ifs, ands, or buts. No ifs, ands, or buts. And if they don't, it's a complete failure. And I'm gonna say that it's a complete failure because you would truly be saying yourself, yeah, bro. Bro, as I'm thinking about the refs was just bad, bro. Like, and it
was
like
bad officiating. It was definitely horrible officiating. Definitely was.
Well, man, look, man. No, can we kind of figure out what's going on with that? Like, do they not have enough officials? Like what is the problem?
I don't know, bro. But I know that was bad. Like the field goal kick thing was like even like. When they were trying to say
it's
that,
like how are you not looking at the clock? That's the first thing they
it was a lot of stuff that was weird. You know what I mean?
Is it positioning? Because like that building is a weird building. It's a big building. But like, could it be positioning of where the clock is? Like,
no, I think they just weren't paying attention. They're professionals. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not going like sit here and give them and not give them like an out. I'm not giving them an out. They're professionals. They should know better. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. I've never seen that before.
I've never, bro. Maybe like
never seen that before.
maybe they missed it like 2 or 3 seconds, but bro, they literally it was like 10 seconds.
No, it was way over. It was not, and they were waited on purpose. It wasn't like, and you could see them waiting, like they were waiting it out. It was like they were rushing to kick it.
They were like, okay, like, wait, the kick, and then because I'm gonna tell you, had we made it, Dan Quinn wouldn't have said a word.
Yeah, he wouldn't have. But the other coach would have though.
He was hot too, bro. He
would have said something though, because he knew though, but he knew it. But he knew it though.
Of course.
He was just mad that he was
just it's gamesmanship.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't have said a word either. I'd have been like,
exactly.
Oh, he missed that. Oh, yeah, let's go. Yeah.
Facts.
Oh no, the clock was dead. Then why you let him kick it?
Exactly. They're waiting for it. They were all like, they all knew what time it was. They're probably both sitting there like, this is some bad coaching, though. I mean, it's a bad ref. This is a badass ref. I'm sure they were thinking, they look at it like, this is a bad.
Did you see the pool report?
Huh?
Did you see the pool report?
No. George did though. He sent it to me. I didn't really get to look at it though.
So the pool report basically they asked them about the clock stoppage at the end of the game,
mm-hmm.
and he asked them, and then it was like the ref inadvertently stopped the clock because you saw it when the play came down. The ref blew it, and they stopped the clock, and then they started again, and he was like, well, how does that happen? And they was like, the ref inadvertently started the clock, stopped the clock. And he's like, okay, like how do you fix that? He's like, there's nothing else I can say. That's it. He's like, whatever his name was, he's like, that's it, Mr. Reporter. That's nothing. And that's the one thing I do hate about the league, among other things, is that they literally, there's no recourse. That's like, my bad.
No, there's none. There's none.
And a lot of times it'd be the next day. They be like, it was this play here where we missed and boom. Yeah, we blew it. My bad. Yeah, bro. Nah, this, you know what this is sounding like? This is like the Buffalo Wild Wings button, bro, back in the day. When they used to be like, you want the game to go in overtime? Hit the Buffalo Wild Wings button. And then the ref start running in circles and stuff. Like, what? Like, bro, that's what this is. Dog.
It definitely felt like a hustle, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. It definitely felt like a hustle. All right, so I mean, we talk about coming out of the bye. So I'm not happy how they performed in this game after a bye. But did you see anything different? Any changes that you noticed after the bye that any changes after the bye? Did you see any changes after the bye that you didn't see prior?
I think consistency of play calling.
Okay.
You ever look at it when the games were rolling and we're in a rhythm?
Mm-hmm.
Cliff Kingsbury is like, he's had a couple hands of spades where he's just got like 6 books back to back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? And all y'all out there play spades, y'all know what I mean. Sometimes you just have those hands. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just good. You just feeling good. You just, or like on the basketball court when you just heat checking and you making it. You know what I'm saying? And I played with you because you do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, sometimes I just know it's gonna be his day. Like, yo, let me just come up to half court, throw him the ball. He gonna take 2 steps in from half court, and he gonna and I'm gonna be doing a lot of cardio that day because you gonna be scoring. And I'm
Oh,
cool
man,
with that, bro.
appreciate
Give
you.
me a double. Give me 10 assists and 10 boards. I'm good, dog. but I
Appreciate
say the consistency with the play calling, right? Today they look sporadic, and I think it
Yeah.
spoke to them as a whole. They just didn't look comfortable. We rely on the run game heavily, and it felt like we
Yeah.
just couldn't get it going. Like we would get
Yeah.
it one play, and then we get stuffed, and then we get in these
That's
crazy
true.
crucial situations. The one thing I did like is that De'Ami Brown had a few more targets, and he went up and made that one play on that one ball. Man, I loved it,
count.
even though it didn't count.
I know,
But it was just
good,
like,
though.
I was like, man, it made me feel good. But I just feel like, man, it's the play calling. Like they have to get Cliff King, and that's one of his biggest criticisms. People, first thing they talk about, well, his play calling. Well, I'm like, well, calm down. His play calling has got us 9 wins, so let's get it together. But the consistency of his play calling, sometimes it just looks like it's all over the place, or it's very sporadic, or I feel like sometimes it's try to get too cute when it doesn't have
There you
to.
go. That's what it is.
I mean, sometimes we just got like we are a one cut run offense. Like we are a I forget what they called it, but I feel like we're a spread run offense.
Yeah, we are.
You know what I mean,
that's
like,
exactly what we are.
One cut, get downhill and go score. Like they like that old Mike Shanahan offense, bro.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's what we do well. But sometimes I feel like he's be like, I gotta throw a little air raid in there. Hold on. I gotta throw a little air raid just in case, just to make sure y'all know we still do that. But work with what's working, bro. Like we just like to we need to just continue to just do what we do well. And then now this is the part where it's gonna come into play.
Yeah.
And he said coming off the bye week, right?
Yeah.
You have to be playing your best football. You are not gonna get these types of breaks against Philly.
There you go.
Philly, if you let Philly hang around, they're gonna beat you at home, and they're gonna turn you around. They're gonna spank your butt because you've been a bad boy and you're in trouble now. So if you allow them to hang around, if you get a lead on them, they're going to spank you, and you're gonna regret it. So you have to be able to run the ball in key situations. You have to be able to work that clock. You know what I'm saying? And you have to try not to get cute, bro. Just win games. That's all you gotta do. Just win ball games. But to answer your question as a whole, I think the coming out of the bye week, the play calling was inconsistent, which showed up late in that, which showed up in the second half, and it really threw the guys off.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do some things I did like about some changes. I saw Derek Defoe.
Yeah, he was in there. I mean, knocked 2 people out in one play, bro. Knocked his old man out.
Yeah. So, I think he finally saw. I guess they decided to watch film and saw that as much as they may have loved Percy Butler, Defoe is a better fit in that situation than he is in terms of coverage.
He's flying around.
He was flying around, and he's not as confused back there, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good thing. Obviously, I mean, I saw St. Juice on special teams. I was like, oh, okay, it's there now. That's where we're at. He's a special teamer now. That's perfect.
No comment.
Exactly. And I'm gonna be positive. I mean, in terms of Cliff, I thought he used Terry. He moved Terry way more than he did even in the prior week before the bye. Terry was everywhere. Like he was moved around. So I thought like if he could stick with that formula, I think you can get. We talked about Terry McLaurin stats before, but within these last stretch of games, I think you can get the best out of Terry,
bro,
and all the receivers.
Terry had 7 catches for 73 yards and 2 touchdowns. That should have been 10 catches.
Yes,
for 170 yards.
And
like he should, like and
3-4 touchdowns. Yeah,
like so you get one of those do shut the game down. But like, just like, how do you let Terry McLaurin get behind you like that, bro? Like, how do you even? I mean, I know you're playing quarters coverage, but in playing quarters coverage, you can't let him run by you.
Yeah,
like he ran by him twice. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he was 7-11. He's wide open.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But we Jaden throw a couple better footballs. That one of them should have been pass interference.
Yeah, that was early. It was. They didn't want to talk, and Vilma didn't even say anything about it on the broadcast. Former Saint player, he ain't slick.
He's in on the fix. He knows.
Yeah, he ain't slick. But yeah, and Terry dropped one that was on him. So I want to give I'm not going to just put on everything on Jaden. Terry dropped one too. So, but yeah, I just thought he did a good job. I'll give Cliff his flowers. He did a good job utilizing Terry. I thought moving him around and trying to like not do something he didn't do earlier. Now teams can't key on Terry. So I thought that was good. And then De'Ami, like you said, De'Ami getting more burn. was good. You know what I mean? I just felt like, and seeing Jameson Crowder out there, I thought that was good.
Jameson looked very reliable.
He was very reliable, bro.
Like, the way he'll hook up and then like he just looked like, I like that. That's his fit, bro. Like he's a very reliable type player. Third down situations, he's a good hand to go to. He's veteran. Like, bro, that's crazy that he's been able to stick in this league this long, bro.
Yeah.
Like he's a good player. He's crafty. He's a crafty veteran.
I just think that people try to put age on him. I think he's a really good player. Like, he's a very good player, actually. And I think to me, he's one of the best, even now, one of the best slot receivers in football. Like, he's just that he's good at that. He's good at that. He's very good at being a slot receiver. He's reliable on teams. He's still, he's lost a step, but he's still dynamic in the punt return game. And we saw last year with this, he almost broke one all the way. So he still has that ability, but it's good. But I will say too, another change is seeing McCaffrey out there on kickoff returns, man. I just thought he looked good. He looked good, man. He's not like, and this is not a race thing. He's not the other dude that used to be here. He's definitely more aggressive. It's not a race thing. I know people want to think like, oh, Wayne, because he's white and he's white. Nah, not at all. Like, he's not Dak Smith.
Every regime has to have one white.
Yeah, he is not Dak Smith. Like, he is not.
No, he's good, actually.
He's good. Like, he runs with physicality. You can see, like, he's trying to make a play. He's trying to be a playmaker. I respect it.
They're chomping at the bit, bro. Like, I'm telling you, man, they're gonna have a breakout. And I really thought today was gonna be the day for Diami.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna be able to have a breakout. But I like the fact that even if those guys didn't have a breakout, they were consistent with Terry. Right? You're like, all right, cool. If nobody else is gonna get it, we're gonna make sure Terry is gonna get it. And he was able to do that. So I did love that.
I loved it. I loved it. I like how you utilized. I thought those are some things that I liked after the bye. I felt like, okay, this is what you worked on. It looked like, okay, you took your time and this was good. In terms of everything else though, coaching wise.
I mean, Wiley, let's just call a spade, bro. Yeah, it was if there was ever anything such, it was a bad win.
Yeah, it was a bad win. It was a horrible win.
We look bad, bro. This is literally
it was a bad win.
Bro, this is like being bro. Yeah. Okay, I'll put it in regular terms. This is like going to the club. Your boy's just like, man, come on, bro, just come out. And you ain't feeling your best. You don't look good, but you still get a number. And you still find a shorty.
I like it. I love it.
You know what I'm saying?
I love it. I love
or
that.
It's like, or that's like pulling up to the gym to go play some ball. And your shot just not like it's just not confident. It's just not good. But they give it to you in a crucial situation and you make a bucket. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of those games. Like, sometimes it just pays to be good. Sometimes it's just on the right side of it. And I think what's happened is we've been on the wrong side of those losses. I mean, we've been on the wrong side of those games so many times that we've just become accustomed to losing. And we've just become accustomed to being bad. But the thing about it is, good teams have so many wins like this. Half the wins this year from the Kansas City Chiefs have been just like this.
Fact.
They shouldn't even have won.
That is a good point. That is a good point.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. That's how I know this team is better, because now some of these things are breaking our way. And that's what's important. And like, while we want to, we definitely want to pick through and say it was good and bad, but the only thing that matters is the record, the fact that we are 9-5. That's the only thing that's important. But it was a bad win. It simply was. But sometimes, I mean, it just, good things just happen for you sometimes, and it's that's okay. I'm all right with that.
That's cool. Yeah, I feel like you got to prep yourself. You got to prep yourself to what you want to achieve. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially down the stretch. I get that in the beginning of the season, but down the stretch is when you want to play your best football, going to the postseason. Only 4 games left. So yeah, I feel like if it's early in the season, it's cool to me. But when you're going down the stretch, and especially the stretch of games, when you want to go a little bit before the bye, they haven't been playing their best football. Right.
For sure.
So you kind of want to change that narrative to be playing good football going into the postseason. You know what I mean? Then you're the hot team, and nobody wants to play the hot team. Rather than being that cold, wishy-washy team going into the postseason, now it's not looking like you can do anything in the postseason.
But Wally, have you ever won a book with a 10 of hearts?
With a 10 of hearts? Yeah, I have.
That's what today was.
Yeah, I have.
A 10 of hearts ain't supposed to win no books.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't supposed to walk. But because that person played the wrong card.
Yeah.
And your partner was like, "Oh, I didn't know you had that.
I ain't count this the book."
Right. That's what it is. This is impossible. You know what I'm saying? We said we go 8 and 2 possibles. All right,
Yeah.
this is one of the possibles.
It
And it
shouldn't
just
even been
happened.
possible. It shouldn't even been possible.
But this is the possible. This is it. You know, sometimes it just,
Yeah.
you know, that's like, you know, I'm just coming up with the analogies today, bro. It's just like,
I
it's like,
feel
you know,
you be spades with me all day, man. I
bruh,
play
you know what I'm
spades.
saying? That, or you know, like freaking some stovetop stuffing, bro. They were like, oh, this box stuffing ain't supposed to taste good. Let me hook it up a little bit. You know
A
what I'm
little
saying?
bit.
You
Let me
hook it
slice it
up.
for you.
Yeah, that's what it is, bro.
Thanks. Let me slice this thing for you.
That's what it
Yeah,
is.
you ain't lying.
You
Let me
know?
slice this thing for you. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they ain't gonna
basically.
all be
But I
pretty.
can
They ain't gonna
add
all
some
be
stuff
clean.
to make it do what it
Yeah.
do. I can add stuff.
I just gonna give you what's in the box, man. A little bit, man. A little sausage, man. A little some sage, a little some extra stuff. You know, hook it up a little bit.
Yeah.
They be like, "Oh, where'd you get this stuff? And how'd you make this, girl? But this is stovetop. I just hooked it up.
Yeah, I put little pineapples and I know
All right, a little
crushed pineapple.
something. You're like, ooh, I didn't know they
I got you. Get some flavor too. I
Yeah.
got you.
Come on, dog. I mean, it's what it
Oh
is.
man. Paul, so I'm excited. I'm excited to see if they have learned anything since they played the Eagles the last one.
Hey,
Stop
man,
Saquon. That's it.
bro. I'm gonna tell you though, like the way the
Saquon.
Eagles look today against Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
bruh. It's gonna be tough to stop anybody, bro. But you got. I'm like, I don't even want to look that far ahead. Well, I guess it's only next week, but
Yeah.
I mean, really, if you pull up with this team if you pull up with this game that you play today, next week, you can get your feelings hurt, and it's gonna be
I agree
sad.
with that.
And there won't even be no reason to get your blood pressure all up right before Christmas and being yelling and screaming, Wally. There's no reason for it, okay?
Yeah, I'm not
Because
going
if they get smoked next week, they deserved it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what's funny is, right? Check this out.
Mm-hmm.
Check how fans have analyzed this season.
Yeah.
What were some of the things we said after we lost 1 point to the Steelers? Oh, we're a better team than what I thought.
Yeah. Fact.
We wasn't saying that was a bad loss.
No.
We were saying that was a good loss. Like, oh,
yeah.
Whoa, you know, maybe we are better.
I was saying that.
You see what I'm saying? Maybe we are a better team. You know, I didn't know we could play with them like that. We could have won, but you know, we was positive.
Well, actually, I take that back. I didn't say that. I was mad at that loss. I was because I felt like we should have beat them. But go ahead, Doug. Go ahead.
But you know what I'm saying? Overall, everybody was most like, they
got
wanted to get that dub, but you saw how Pittsburgh had been playing. You're like, all right, well, we hanging with them like this. They only lost by 1 point. I feel comfortable, right? But see, this is the difference. Now we're on the other end. Saints fans may be feeling confident about their season. They be like, oh, we hung with the Commanders. That's about to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Maybe we do got something with baby Mahomes. Maybe we do got something with these guys here. You know what I'm saying? Now they're in that position, believing that maybe they're better than what they are. And see, that's the thing. When you're a good team, sometimes you just steal one. The Steelers stole that win that week when they played us.
Yeah,
we should have beat them.
Yep.
And we stole it this week. So that's just what it is, bro. And this whole season has been a complete mess. Nobody has played consistently for multiple weeks at a time. Some get nasty wins, some get ugly wins. Some teams look like they fall off the face of the planet. But as long as you get the wins that count, that's really all that matters. And granted, we'll have all week to parse it apart and talk about it and discuss it. But I'm just glad that they won. And I just get the 10 wins. If you get the 10 wins, you get into the playoffs. If you get the 10 wins sooner rather than later, you definitely get in the playoffs.
It's gonna be tough. The Rams looking good.
But see, that's the thing. You know, that whole NFC West, it's an amalgamation of things over there in the NFC West.
I don't know. Well, I don't mean because I don't think Cardinals.
The Cardinals did win today, though.
They did win today.
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel like it's gonna be harder than I thought it was gonna be. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because the Rams.
We completely control our own.
I know that. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, definitely.
But if we get it, once we get to 10 wins, it's pretty much a wrap.
Okay.
Like it's pretty much a wrap. Here it is, the playoff picture.
Yeah,
it's pretty much a wrap once we get to 10 wins.
I just know like how many games did the Cards? I know we got a tiebreaker. The Cards. I prefer the Cards not win the division because I know we got the tiebreaker. So I'm cool with that.
So right now, of course, only teams that have clinched is Detroit and the Eagles, right? And then right now in the NFC West, the Seahawks are holding it as the 3rd seed. Yeah. And then the Bucks are holding as a 4th seed with the NFC South. They're both first place in their respective divisions. All right. Now, what's actually helping us is that the Vikings and Packers are very good ball clubs.
Yeah.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the Vikings are holding that 5 seed at 11-2. The Packers are the 6th seed right now with 9-4, and they're going to play tonight against Seattle. So
It's yeah.
So if Seattle, if Seattle beats them and they
If
go
they beat
nine and
them, yeah,
five,
yeah, you can't trust Seattle.
you know what I'm saying? But all right, so here's the question.
Yeah.
The Rams have 8 wins,
Yeah.
okay, and they're second in the NFC West. The
Yep.
Cardinals have 7 wins and they're third in the NFC West.
Yeah.
That's really the only thing. They would literally have to, the Rams would have to,
Went out, right?
yeah, essentially. The
They
Rams would
can,
have,
I mean, I'm saying that's very possible for how they're playing. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm keeping up. Just how we talk about our team, I'm sure they after with the stretch of games they're on, they're saying the same thing.
but
They're
that's
not.
really like we'd have to have a complete collapse.
I just think
And they'd
that
have to be hot.
they can. I don't know. We have to collapse though. That's what I'm saying. Like, all right, if they went out, right?
I'm gonna tell you who they play too. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I don't. It's divisional teams, right? They beat San Fran, so they don't have to worry about them anymore.
But they play them next too.
San Fran and in LA right this time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat them on the road. So I'm saying like they're not, and there's no McCaffrey. That San Fran team doesn't look like the same San Fran team. So they beat San Fran. Then who's remaining after San Fran?
I'm pulling it right now.
Yeah, because
that's the key. That Rams game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they're the ones. I'm gonna keep it a buck. They're the ones you got to really worry about. The Cardinals. You watch the Cardinals. The Cardinals are a very inconsistent team. They're not really playing great football. They're going through this.
Just trying to do it. All right. So the Rams have we good. We won't have to.
Yeah. I know.
All right. So let me clarify. I'm sorry. The Rams only have 3 games left because they already played this week. They beat.
Yeah, they played this week. Yeah.
So the Rams have the Jets.
Yeah.
They have the Cardinals and then the Seahawks.
Yeah. So they're like, that's what I'm saying. Like 10 wins ain't a gear. Like that's what I'm saying. You gotta win. Yeah. You just gotta win. But the Seahawks, they are playing, like hopefully they play the Seahawks. So that's a whatever. But I feel like you still have to, you just gotta win. You do your job.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Can't worry about anybody else. We have to do our job. And truth be told, because if you look at it, the Rams do have a favorable schedule down the stretch. So if the Rams are able to win out and get in the playoffs, more power to them. We have to do what we have to do to get in. And it's no.
Yeah, but I think to Paul saying, like if the Packers lose, then it's a different.
Yeah. Now that is key.
Yeah. Oh, he was good, bro. He was good. He was good, man. 23 was good today. So good that he was chilling. He was doing cardio. He was my man.
Bro, I don't even think he had to shower, bro. He was just like,
he was like,
get on the bus.
Hey, so this is what I mean, they traded me. They didn't want to test me. Bro, that's how it was.
They probably was scared. They was like,
they got scared. Oh yeah. Hey, they got scared, bro. They was scared of him.
Make that money, Eddie.
Yeah, they was scared of him. You know what I'm saying? They ain't want the smoke. I ain't see that. I ain't see that coming. I ain't gonna lie to you. I knew he was. I ain't think they were like, hey, I want to test you.
No targets, bro. They was
no targets.
Nah,
that's what we doing. That's what we doing. But yeah,
wow.
But like to your point, like just win out, do your job. Like the Eagles, like I know we talk about how tough the Eagles are, and they are tough, right? But they're a division team. You were on the road and you were blow to blow with the Eagles until Saquon just kind of broke your backs. So but you were up to majority of for 3 quarters and some change. So like, you gotta look at it like now you got an added gun in Marshawn Lattimore. You got, you know what I'm saying, you're more rested now. Jaden's more fresh. He wasn't as fresh back then. Now you're getting a real fresh Jaden Daniels.
Wally, I think that's what bothers me about this ball club too.
Yeah,
because they play up or down to their opponents at times.
Yeah.
Like they should have beat Philly. They should have beat the Steelers.
Yep.
But then you lose to the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? Like I could take a loss if the team is just better than us.
Yes.
But if the team not better than us, man, we should just beat them. We shouldn't play them close. And like that's the thing. They're sporadic at times, and we can't put the foot on the neck. And I don't know why or what that is. I don't know if it's necessarily just play calling, or maybe it's just being able to be effective. But we have to have Biotish back. Like we have to have Biotish.
He's sick, so I can. Yeah. I'm hoping that it's a week. He didn't get right in the week thing. In the week. I do want to reset, like Paul said. well, we were due for a big win versus an upper echelon
Team.
team.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would say, uh, I mean, we haven't beat one yet.
Well, let me see. What was our last? Okay, the Cincinnati win was good at
Yeah,
the
they're not
time.
500, so we gotta like,
Nah,
yeah, they're not. So who's a five? We haven't beat one yet, though. That's the thing.
hey, but I can't fault
No,
them
we
for
beat the
that.
Cardinals. Are Cardinals 500?
Yeah, they're 7-7.
Okay, they're 500. Yeah, we beat the Cardinals. All right,
Yeah,
so there you go.
week week
is
4.
that
Yeah, that's true.
is that the? I guess that does count, right? The Cardinals count. I can say they count.
Man, I
Week
don't even
4.
care because even the team. All right, bro. Look at the schedule we had. The Tampa Bay, we lost.
We lost
We,
Tampa.
we beat the Giants.
Yep.
Then we beat the Bengals.
Yep.
Then we beat the Cardinals.
Yep.
And then we beat the Browns.
You said none.
Then we lost to the Ravens by
Yep.
7.
Yep.
We beat the Panthers. We
Yep.
beat the Bears.
Yep.
We beat the Giants.
Yep.
We lost to the Steelers.
Yep.
Lost to the Eagles.
Yep.
Both by one possession.
Yep.
And then we lost to the Cowboys by another one possession game.
Yep.
And then we beat the Titans, smoked them. Then
So
we had to buy and just beat the
Yeah,
Saints.
we haven't beat anybody over 500. So yeah, I don't know if we're
It
due.
ain't our fault they ain't over 500.
Yeah, no, I ain't blaming nobody. So I'm just answering Paul's question.
know.
I don't know if we're due, because due means you've done it. I guess we could be due. You got to beat somebody over 500, right? I mean, who's going to be over 500? Let me use that term. Who is going to be 500?
Well, we just better beat Dallas because they're not going to be 500.
Yeah, I don't
Atlanta's,
care. Yeah,
Atlanta's not going to be 500.
Yeah, yeah.
Philly's the only opportunity for us to be the old 500.
That's what I'm saying. Look, man. Look, the Carolina Panthers almost beat the Eagles, man. They had an opportunity to beat the Eagles. So it can be done. Like don't get it twisted. Like, it can be done. I think we all know the key to beating the Eagles are, like, it's that back. Like, he's just been a thorn in our behinds for, like, in this conference for so many years that we gotta try to take him away.
I feel like if you could make Jalen Hurts a passer,
that
might benefit us
easily.
Better.
No, there's no might. There's no
might.
No, if you can make him the passer, you win.
Yeah.
He's not if you look at his stats, he's not a guy that throws. That's what I was telling folks. Like, Jalen Hurts isn't a person that
I'm not scared of him as a quarterback, bro.
At all.
But what he does well, he can run the ball and he can help that run offense with Saquon.
Yeah.
So if you're able to take away that, he does. But if you're able to take that away, I feel like with now having 23, you may fare better in the secondary with being able to stop the pass.
Yes, I agree. Because Jalen Hurts does a lot of 50-50 plays. Like, what I mean by that is it's like it's a 50-50 throw. So if his guys that he trusts, he'll go deep. If it's like an AJ Brown, which they're beefing, so I don't know how much he trusts AJ Brown. Though.
Well, he scored today, I thought.
Yeah, he scored today. He got to score today. They talked for a little bit, but they still got some beef. That's how I look at it. That type of beef don't last. That don't just end because you score a touchdown.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. All it takes is one more bad game, and then it comes back again. You know what I'm saying? Devontae scored a touchdown too. So
yeah,
all was right with the world. But say Devontae get a touchdown and AJ ain't get none, he'd be mad again.
Bro, man. I think everybody playing a skill position should have to play offensive or defensive line at some point in their career. They'll respect the game better.
Yeah.
Because as somebody who was a career offensive and defensive lineman, I don't get the joy and benefits of throwing the ball my way or I want to score. Like, no, I don't get that, bro. I have to block or tackle or, move a man against his will every play, regardless of what y'all do behind me or in front of me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's why you never hear about offensive and defensive line having problems with what the team is doing.
Never.
Because they just doing their job. That's what they got to do. But in a position like receiver, and they're always considered divas because your play and your effectiveness is determined by the quarterback throwing you the ball or the offense, calling up plays for you. So that's why they're gonna be upset. But my thing is, bro, y'all got double-digit wins, already clinched the playoffs, bro. Shut up and just play football, bro. You're in the best position you can be right now, and just focus. But please proceed. If y'all have dissension among the ranks,
them to have dissension.
Have it. Please. I need him to do I need him to have a full tantrum and be like, I'm not going in. Please. Y'all better put somebody else in there.
Be that person for me. Please be that person for me.
I need everything I can get to help us.
Yeah, man. Just keep arguing. You know what I mean? If y'all got to fight over a girl, go do that too. I don't care. They do anything for me.
It could be what it's.
It could be. I feel like it's not football. I feel like it's about a chick. It's always about a chick. I don't think they were like best friends. Like they were like tight friends, and all of a sudden they beef him because he ain't getting the ball. All right.
Because let me tell you, bro, if me and
they
your
tight
best
friends too. They were
me
tight
and you,
friends.
me and your best friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to you first if I have an issue with anything that you
exactly.
do. Wally, I do not like how you threw me in on this episode last minute, bro. I'm not feeling this, bro.
Exactly.
But I'm not gonna come on your show and be like, you like, D, what can we do to make the program better, man?
Yeah.
Not book me last minute. Like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, dog. Like, no. If I got a problem with anything you're doing, I'm just gonna come to you, especially if you my
exactly.
man.
Yeah.
But me going to the media is like, I don't respect you.
Yeah, for real.
And if I'm Jalen Hurts, I'd be hot.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm the quarterback, I'd be like, bro, I'd tell the offensive coordinator, like, what's his name, Kellen Moore? I'd be like, bro,
yeah,
whatever plays you have as him the primary, don't even call him because I'm not calling the ball.
Man, put Jahan in. That's how I tell him. Put Jahan in.
Bro, imagine how. And then look, when you got double-digit wins, you could be petty. Like, bro, I can take an L right. I can take an L this week and not give him the ball. If he want to act like that, okay, cool.
I'm serious.
Like, man, he coming to me. Hey, I'm open. Hey, wide 80. Wide
80. Banana pipe.
Hey, let's go scat right. Bro, I'm on the left. I don't scat right.
Scat right.
Like, bro, like, come on, man. Like, I don't know, but it's something. But
it's something. That's not because they were homies. They homies. They real. They friends. Like he went there because he got there because of him. Now all of a sudden now, because you ain't getting the ball, like is this public? Nah, it's more than football. It's definitely more than football. Nobody's gonna get me. Nobody's gonna tell me anything different. All right, so I want to you mentioned Diami, and you know Diami's your guy. He's a guy. He's our guy for real. Like we both root for the kids. Let's keep it. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you all. I root for Diami as well. Your thoughts on his? Like you mentioned a little bit, but your thoughts on his overall play today?
3 for 30 today. No touchdowns, of course. Had one penalty. And I guess they call holding. And you know, he's been. I'll say this: he's been a great blocker in run game. He has no problem doing it. He doesn't whine. He doesn't complain. You know, he just gets in where he fits in, but he's awaiting his opportunity. And when he gets more targets, you see what he can do. That one play that got called back, he went up and attacked the football.
He attacked the football. He did.
I love that. And I hated it so bad that it got called back. But he went up and attacked the football. And that's the type of player that he is. So with those opportunities, he does that. Imagine if those bombs, right, were to him instead of Terry.
I think it'd be a little bit easier because he's faster. He's more of he's a different type of deep threat than Terry. Like he's a goal with two hands and go get it more than like Terry. You know, Terry at times, and not Terry's great, but Terry is sometimes, you know, he's not like thoroughly a hands dude personally. Not thoroughly.
Terry's a body catcher.
He's a body catcher. He's made some handsy catches, but he's more of a body catcher. He is 70% body catcher.
But he does his work for him.
80% for real, if I'm being honest with you.
He does it well, so it works. So that's okay. But I feel like the explosiveness will be there for Diami Brown. I think he just has to stay the course. The way this offense is working, man, it's based around Jaden. It's based around Terry, and it's based around B-Rob. Now that Ertz, like I don't know what's going on with Ertz now. Right. You know, Ertz is out. Eckler is out, you know, all those guys are out. Noah Brown is out. You're gonna have more opportunities to get plays, and I think this is gonna be. He's gonna have a play at some point this season where it's gonna be his linchpin. It's gonna be his staple. Like he's gonna have a signature play. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's coming for him.
Yeah, I'm like you. I feel like, you know, I want to see him get more opportunity. Some more opportunities on the deep passes. But I do like that now you get to see him. Like folks like he only runs the deep. He only runs the 9. Well, now you guys see him use another opportunity to see him, you know, do some ends. And you know, and make.
He ran some 7 routes. He had
7 routes.
Yeah, the push pass. Like
you see a lot more now. So you're getting to see more than just the go route, right? So I just feel like now, you know, he's starting, and which I'm happy for it. I felt like that was an issue with, you know, the other regime, is that you just try to use him, making him a one-trick pony. And I feel like that's more to Diami than that. So I'm glad for him that he's getting the opportunity to show more of his ability. I think that to your point, I feel like it's only going to get better. And the most important thing about that play, even though it's called back, is it now lets Jay know that he can trust Diami on plays like that. I think that's very important. Like knowing that I can throw this up here and you can go get it. Now I know your ability, and it's wild because I've said this before when I was going to training camp to cover, for Fox, when I was covering, and like they had great chemistry in camp, and they had great chemistry in preseason, and they had great chemistry in these scrimmages. So I just feel like those two together, they work pretty well together. You know what I mean? So I'm really interested to see like what like I'm interested to see how it pans out during these stretch of games. But also, I was telling folks like, yo, they don't really need to get anybody else in the building. Like Jaden is going to be cool with Deion.
And he knows what he can do. It's just now the fans can see what he can do. You know what I'm saying? So I just think, man, with more opportunities, with with more opportunities, for
Don't
him
lie
to make
so.
those plays, like I love it for him. And I just think he's gonna have a signature play. He's gonna have some signature plays down the stretch where he's gonna be able to get behind the defense. He's gonna be able to make some plays. And this is the key, man. Doing it when it counts, doing it when everything is on the line, doing it when all the eyes are on you. And that's the end of the season when you're trying to make a playoff push. He's gonna do it now, and that's what I love to see, and that's what I'm hoping. Look, I was almost right on my stats. I say this is gonna go six grabs, 112 yards in a touchdown. He had 3 grabs.
There was nothing wrong with what you put out there. That was nothing wrong with it. Shelly on X said they really didn't know. She's talking about she's referring to Lattimore. They really didn't throw his way, but yeah, I'm hopeful. Talking about could he be a top? Because it's the defense,
Oh yeah,
top tier defense.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
I think we can, man. And like you said, man, it's at this point, it's a 1 week season, bro. And you're just trying to win the game, regardless of how it looks, regardless of how dirty it is, or regardless of how grimy it is, or how pretty it is. You're just trying to go 1-0 every week, man.
Yeah. Speaking on Zach Ertz's injury, do you feel like there's an opportunity for Cole Turner to come on the practice squad? And
I'm hoping so. You might get some of that explosiveness. And you saw what happened today when they weren't able to go. They weren't able to go 13 personnel. Because they like that 13 set when they can go, one back and 3 tight ends.
Yeah.
So when you lose Zach Ertz, you don't have that. So they're gonna have to activate somebody.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping it is Cole Turner.
I'm
hoping it is Cole Turner, man. You might be able to see him make some plays, because let me tell you, if he's on your practice squad, that means you're trying to get him better.
Yeah.
So if you can get him in here and if he can help you, I'd love to see it. But yeah, man, I think it is an opportunity for him to maybe come off the practice squad and maybe see what he can do.
Yeah, I'm with you. I just feel like put him out there, give him an opportunity to showcase his ability, especially again a tall body who can get the high passes that Jaden is like known to throw. He can play at a spot. Like Jaden doesn't have to be super accurate. Like you have a guy who can kind of make life easy for you.
Because that one Zach Ertz caught was amazing.
Man, that's why I told folks, man, some of y'all was dragging Zach, but Zachary, I didn't told y'all the last 3 weeks, Zachary's been good.
Yeah, he's played well. That was a great catch. Yeah. Like, I was very proud of that one.
Yeah, man, he played well. So speaking real quick before we end this show off though, the player Jaden, man, your thoughts. It's been wild on social. It's been kind of up and down with how people are kind of perceived it. I thought he played well, to be honest with you. I thought he was good. I just thought that no, I thought he was well. I thought he played well. I'm not gonna lie.
Statistically, if you didn't see the game, you just looked at his stat line, you'd be like, wow, that's some amazing stats. But he looked a little bit flustered a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, he did.
And that'll happen when you're getting sacked 8 times a game. You know what I'm saying? We had a quarterback here last year that was getting pelted every week. Fact. You can't really get your feet set and play the game you want to play when you keep getting sacked. So I feel like him, he still had his elusivity out there on the field. He was still making some plays. I think sometimes he does depend on his legs too much to try to get out of some plays. True. I like to see him standing there, just kind of. I don't want to see him take the hits, but I like to see him standing there. But then you saw the elusivity on the long 3rd down conversion, where like we needed that. We love that. He's so wiry. You know what I'm saying? Back there in the pocket, being able to get through, and he's small in those situations. And I mean, sometimes those guys just can't grab him. So I think he plays well. And I mean, look, if there's ever been a player this whole season that's been the most consistent, I mean, one could argue and say that it's been him.
Yeah,
he keeps plays alive. He'll make an attempt. He doesn't make too many bad throws. Like he doesn't even have. Does he have 5 interceptions this year?
No. Does he? I think he may. He may.
Maybe 2 of them may have been
Yeah,
tips,
he
but
may.
like
He
he
may.
doesn't. He protects the ball. He plays pretty well. Like he's not reckless with the football. Um, he played well in my opinion.
He has 6. He has 6.
6. Okay, yeah. But six interceptions from a rookie quarterback.
I'm as it's outstanding.
Peyton Manning has thrown 28 in 1998.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he turned out to be one of the best quarterbacks ever. But Jaden has played well thus far. I mean, he's well beyond any of my expectations.
Yep.
I just think if he can stay the course, I mean, who knows what his career trajectory is like? But if he can just stay the course this year, who knows what great Jaden Daniels could do in the playoffs? And that's the thing, bro. This is why I'm so hell bent on getting to the playoffs, because truly you never know. And it's that thing, bro. You just show up and you play your best, and sometimes it just happens for you, bro.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And I've been going back and forth with that because we've been on the good side of that this year. Nobody expected to score a Hail Mary to beat the Bears.
Yep.
Nobody expected that. And that literally crushed the Bears from a hole. The Bears have never recovered from
the same since the Hail Mary.
They've lost coaches, they've lost players,
Yes.
they've lost any type of faith and goodwill that they've built up. It's gone.
Yeah.
It was gone that play.
Yep.
And sometimes you just have that. And that's the thing. Nobody expected the Bucs to be as good as they were last year in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It was like, who is this Bucs team?
Yep.
Why haven't I been watching? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So who knows? You get in the playoffs, you play the game, and who knows? It's not a 7-game series. You literally do not have to play your best game to win.
No.
You don't. You can just win it. You can win it off a whim. You can win it off a fluke play. That's why football is the greatest game on the planet, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Is that any team on any given Sunday can really show up and play, and with a healthy Jaden Daniels and this team in the playoffs, who knows? And that's what I want to see.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's for something with Jaden Daniels, the way he's playing. I mean, like you said, in terms of this game, like he was a little flustered, but I always chalk that up to being a rookie. I don't
That's
really.
It. And we've seen him play. We've seen him play so polished and well. We forget that this is his first season.
Yeah, I don't really. There's certain things I look at and say, okay, that's a problem. But when you're a rookie, like if there's a coverage you haven't seen before, it's okay. That happens. As long as you're not turning the football. I guess my thing, as long as you're not turning the football over, I'm okay.
And he's only done it 6 times. And what he has, 1 fumble, 1 or 2 fumbles.
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't even know. I don't even know. Honestly, I can't even tell you when he fumbled. If it was, he would. I know he recovered it. I feel
right. But that's what I'm saying. Like he protects the football very well.
Yeah.
Nobody has mentioned anything about his turnovers this year.
Yeah, he's not. That's not his thing. Even you talked about, the play, even scrambling in the pocket and stalling time to throw that touchdown pass to Terry. Like he's just, yeah, man. I don't have a problem with his play. Yeah, did he hold the ball a little longer than usual? Yeah, but
and Wally, I'm not gonna criticize him because he's been the best quarterback that we've had in this freaking building in the past 15 years.
Yeah, he has. You know what I'm saying? I will say this though, you know what I'm saying? Now, New Orleans 2012 is definitely different from this 2012, from this season.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I was hoping to see him outplay 2012. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, dang, hopefully I'll play 2012.
But you know what? I'm okay with this. You know why? Because that 2012 didn't last long enough.
It didn't, though. This could last long, though. They take care of it.
This could last 10 years. So we could be talking about this in 2034.
Yeah.
When hopefully we're both big time media moguls. And you're like, remember 10 years ago when we talked about, Jaden Daniels? Yeah, this guy's about to be a Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying?
Last hope, bro.
And that 2012 lasted, to 2014 maybe? When he was good?
Nah, it was done.
2013?
No, it was done after 2012. He was not the same. That was it.
You see what I'm saying? So I'll take this.
Yeah, he was not. Yeah, he wasn't even good anymore. That was it.
And I'm just trying to be nice.
Nah, I know you were. It was a playoff. He had the playoff. He got us to the playoffs, and then after that, yeah, we needed that all in for whatever.
It's been what ifs ever since.
Yeah, too bad, kid. It's all too bad. That's the truth, though. Yeah, dang. This could be it. You're right. This could be it. Well, DH about to close the show out. Before we close it out, man, how can folks catch your content? And hey, folks, all of y'all right now, hit the red subscribe button. I see y'all newbies on here. Hit the red subscribe button.
Hit that button.
Wherever you watch at, hit that red subscribe button. Also like the video.
Hey man, Wally, of course, man. You know how we roll, man. I appreciate you having me on, man. This joint is simulcasted right now on the Breaking Command YouTube page. So hit that red subscribe button. If you're watching on Twitter, make sure you guys follow me at DH on the mic, or you can follow the show page at Breaking Command Pod. Leave those vowels out of breaking. And then, of course, as always, we have new pods that'll be coming soon with me and my partner, Crime D Midi. And then every Friday, you can catch myself and Rio Robinson on the afternoon kick, where we go live for your drive at 5 or 4 or 5 p.m. You can catch us on the ride home. You know what I'm saying? We can break down everything that's going on. But as always, my brother, I am always indebted to you for having me on your program, sir.
No problem. Anytime, man. Anytime. Hey, it's always a pleasure to have DH on there. We're gonna do for Raven fans. Y'all not Raven fans, so I don't even care. So I'm gonna say it anyway. For Raven fans, you're gonna do a Raven recap show. Their victory over the Giants on Tuesday. So I got DH coming back on. So
yeah, man, we talking ball. We know ball, so we gonna talk ball.
We just talk ball, bro. We just talk ball. Actually, I gotta go back and watch the game. I ain't watched it yet, so I'm gonna go back and watch the game. Won't lie to y'all. I'm very transparent. You want to know one thing you'll know about me. I'm just
mad out of 35 of them points. Derrick Henry couldn't get one anytime touchdown. Help me out. Geez.
Yeah, they be sussing DH. I mean, for real. I'm talking about the other DH, King Henry, the King DH. You know what I'm saying? King Henry DH.
Maybe he cut his dreads. That's what it was.
I think they be hating. They hate. He cut his dreads. What?
Yeah. Oh, you late, brother? You know
I'm late. I don't care. I just look at the touchdowns, bro. That's all I care about. I got him on my fantasy league. I just look at the touchdowns.
I just care about the anytime touchdowns. That's it, bro.
That's all I care about. Just touchdowns. That's all I care about. Give me my touchdowns, dog. Hey, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey, say drop a like on these good brothers.
Do that,
man. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that's what I be caring about, man. Just take care of me, bro. Give me them touchdowns, bro.
Me too, bro.
You know, I mean, Derrick Henry, that's the case. That's discrimination. I apologize if they're doing that to you. I apologize for you.
Oh boy. Oh, Paul, he said Seahawks ain't helping.
I know. I don't know why you worry about the Seahawks. I'm telling you, Seahawks beating the. Come on, they pack. Man, Seahawks, they're inconsistent. And I love Geno. They be inconsistent of late, man. I ain't gonna hold you. Anyway, y'all. Anyway, I'm gonna say it again. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search the Urban Sports Scene. Also follow us on X at Urban Sports Scene, IG, and TikTok at Urban Sports Scene, and like our Urban Sports Scene Facebook page. DH already said it, but you're on YouTube right now. Just hit the red subscribe button, man. Hit it right now. Stop playing with your life. Stop playing with games. Hit that red subscribe button, and also like this video on both platforms.
Love it.
You want to like it. You know what I mean? So that's it. Oh yeah, Urban Sports Scene website, www.urbansportscene.com. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. This has been dope. Commanders are 9-5, so regardless of anything, I will not be negative. I will not be a negative person during a win. Eventually, I'll get over it. I used to be like, if they lost, I go to a strip club, make myself happy. But now I'm not doing that. I am more humble now. I'm at peace. I am centered. So with all that, thank you. With all that being said, you've been listening to the Urban Sports Scene for ages. And you dig, deuces. We're out.
Peace.